Hey, welcome back to the Prairie Shepherd. I'm here with Grim, and what we're talking about today is positive framing. And I'm not going to speak to you about, you know, positive framing as in nothing bad could, ever happen, or you're never supposed to yell at your dog or anything like that. I think I'm gonna start waiting a little bit until I start to see the first couple of people start getting on when I'm doing these live streams before I start discussing what I'm going to talk about, because I feel like people come in the middle of these conversations and then they miss the beginning of it. So I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start waiting until more people hop on to the chat before I continue talking about what needs to be talked about. So I'm gonna start playing a game of fetch before we go into it. So we'll play a quick game of fetch with Grim, and then we'll go back and forth. I'll try to angle the camera so we can see out there and watch him as he plays. Sit. Sit. Okay. Okay. Here. Here. Sit. Sit. Here. Sit. Yep. Here. Out. Stop. Okay. Sit. Play. Good boy. Yes. Out. Down. Here. Yes. Play. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Out. 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 Boy, sit. Yes. Wait. Play. Yes. Wait. Down. Down. Yes. Here. Boy. Sit. Oh boy. Yes. Out. Drop. Sit. Play. Wait. Here. Ah. Come on. Ooh. Come on, boy. Come on. Okay, we're gonna move up a little bit. Yes. Yes. Okay, so, good boy. Yes. Today, what we're talking about is how are you framing things for your dog? There's a lot of times where we're monitoring behaviors inside of the household. We're monitoring the behaviors when we're walking on the leash. Overall, most of the time when we're monitoring behaviors. One of the things that's greater than monitoring the dog's behaviors is to monitor, but your feedback that goes along with your monitoring is more of should be geared towards, at least telling the dog what they should be doing versus telling the dog what they shouldn't be doing. There's a big difference. So if I want my dog not to jump up on people, I'm not directly going to be talking about, you shouldn't jump up on this person. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach my dog what you should do instead of jumping up on the person. So when they enter the house, we're not in the mind state of what the dog shouldn't be doing. We're in the mind state of what the dog should be doing. The dog should be acting a certain way and not jumping up on the person. So you're going to do your teaching and your training based around what the dog should be doing versus basically scolding the dog or reprimanding the dog for what they have already done. It's the same with children inside of the classroom. I don't tell my kids what they shouldn't be doing when I'm inside of the classroom. I tell them what they should be doing. So if the kids in the classroom are supposed to have all their pencils out and they're supposed to be listening, I'll tell them that, okay, what we should be doing is we should be listening and we should have our pencils out right now. And that kind of makes you think too, like, oh, am I one of the ones that don't have their pencils out and I'm not doing what I should be doing? Versus telling them what they shouldn't be doing, right? So I could sit up there all day and scold the dog for jumping up on the person, but without me teaching them what they should be doing every day, they're never going to get the concept. I have to apply that concept and show them that concept for them to be able to do it successfully. And that's just the truth in the matter. I could spend all day telling my dog not to do something, or I could teach them the responsibility that they need to be able to achieve the goal that I'm setting up for them. Good boy. Yes. Come on. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Boy. Yes. Yes. You'd be amazed at the wonders of like just changing your attitude could do for an animal. Like I was walking Grim one time. I was very upset because Grim was pulling on the leash like dogs normally do. And he's a German Shepherd, so automatically he's full of life in general. So he's gonna pull on the leash at least a couple of times in his life. It's not unrealistic to think that he's not going to pull on the leash a couple of times in his life, being a working breed dog. But with me just sitting there screaming at him, getting mad at him, and getting into a tug of war with Grim and pulling him back and forth, and then basically playing this game with him, which he knows very well because we practice it all the time. So he does it onto the leash. If I just change my mindset and be like, you know what? I understand he's a dog full of energy. I understand that he's a working breed dog. These are his breed specific characteristics. Can't get mad at the way the machine was built. That's like me getting mad at my AR-15 for shooting the way that it was supposed to be shot. You know, it was built to shoot this way. Who am I to get upset about it? So once I changed my mind state, automatically for some reason, he began walking on the leash quite normally, the way that I would want him to. And me just telling him and reminding him all the time, like, hey, you're doing good at this. You're doing a good job. Reminding him what he should be doing, the things that I taught him so he can perform it, makes him a better dog. Here. Yes, come on. Yes, come on, come on. Good boy. Yes. Come on. Good boy. Yes. Yes. I know, and it's a hard thing to switch from, like, you know, getting upset constantly when they do something, because it's very frustrating when your dog jumps up on a guest, especially if you have older people living inside of your house, especially if you have people with disabilities. It could be a frustrating thing to have a dog who is jumping up and not doing what they're supposed to. Get it. Yes. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. But a good way to solve that problem is to simply start teaching the dog what they should be doing in the situation instead of reprimanding them for something that they shouldn't be doing. So beforehand, you know that you have people coming over. Practice what you want him to do before they come over. So for instance, I got a friend, he comes through the back door of my house instead of going through the front door. So I have somebody stand on the outside on the back door, knock on the door, and then I keep Grim at a certain place inside of the house, and I reward him for staying there. It could be treats, whatever you got laying around. I use raw meat because I find that Grim really loves raw meat, and it's the best treat. And actually, to tell you the truth, it's one of the cheapest treats that I could possibly find anywhere. And it's healthy. You can't beat it. So as soon as that person knocks on the door and he gets to go get riled up, I'll throw the treat and then he can go after it. But there is a caveat when you are training. And that caveat is, if you go and you throw the treat, you can build that discipline up inside of that dog to where they don't bark when somebody comes to the door. But you just have to pick and choose. Do you want that dog that's going to bark every time somebody comes to the door? Or do you not want that dog that barks every time somebody comes to the door? Those are the challenges you want to think about when you're training. There's a difference between walking in the dark and walking with purpose. You always have the end in mind when you start to train. Here. Sit. Down. Wait. Wait. Nah. Sit. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Wait. Go get it. Bring it. So that's the caveat. But if you want your dog not to jump up on people and rush to the door, you have to train for those things. So throw the treat, have the dog go after the treat as soon as somebody knocks onto the door. He's already distracted. Once they come into the door, do the same thing. That way he knows, okay, person's here, but there's a reward over here. And if I go over here while that person walks in the door and I don't jump up, I'm going to get that reward. It's basic, it's simple. It doesn't matter what you're using. You could be using a shot collar, you could be using a clicker, and you could be using any type of dog training that you want. It's all gonna work, but it all works with consistency. And that's the big difference. Here, let's go. Come on. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Get it. Yes. Good boy. See, I find this stigmatism with the word obedience training. Because what is obedience training really? Obedience training is basically saying that you're getting the dog to do what you want it to do. But if we were focused on teaching the dog what it should do and knowing that we can let the dog go off and it's going to do what we expect it to do, then we wouldn't have to think of it as obedience. Like when I wake up in the morning and I start getting ready, I expect my daughter to start getting ready as soon as she wakes up. That's what she should be doing versus me stepping into the room and getting upset at her because she hasn't done it. I tell her what she should be doing. Oh, you just woke up. You should be brushing your teeth and washing your face. Oh, yeah, that's what you need to do. Go do it. You know, here, come on. Good boy. Yes. And then I let them know when they're doing a good job. So if you're doing a good job, I say, yeah, great job. You took care of it. Good job. Just like my dog. If he goes up and he doesn't jump on the person, I reward him and tell him, good job. So he knows that he's doing a good job. That good job is more powerful than what people think. That good job is literally a grading system. It's the difference between an A and an F to a dog. I mean, they're made to please us. Over years, they've just been bred genetically to please us. That's what they do. That's all they really want in life. That's their whole purpose of life, is to please us and do what we need them to do. It's just a fact. Out. Good boy. Down. Let me see. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Wait. Hey. Sit. Down. Wait. I think I'm going to call this live stream the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because honestly, this right here, what I'm doing is way ahead of the game when it comes to YouTube videos that deal with training dogs. Because you don't get to normally see somebody who's training their dog on live. So you can see everything that's good that happens, everything that's bad that happens, you know, all the parts that you're missing when you watch a 15-second YouTube clip about somebody training their dog and then them telling you that they got this perfect system set up to make your dog perfect. They don't. And everybody has to deal with life. So in the dog world, life happens too. Sit. Leave it. Anybody, you know, who trains a dog can get a dog to sit on a bench for a while they talk. Anybody can do it. It's really not hard to get a dog to stay for a long time, especially when you know the technique behind it. Here. Sit. Good boy. Go get it. Bring it. Come on, bring it. Yes. Yes. Oh, let me see. Let go. Drop it. Drop it. Good boy. Sit. Down. See what Grim is doing when he comes up to go and touch the toy and then go back. A lot of working dogs do that. They'll touch it or they'll bite at the toy. You have to be careful with that and correct it as it comes up too. Because if a dog goes to bite at the toy and you're holding it and you didn't give him the command, he could accidentally bite your hands. But it's something, it's natural, it's normal. It's what working dogs do. You know, they don't mean anything by it. But if you do get bit when you're playing, all you got to do is go, ow, and let them know that it actually hurts. You could even yelp, simulate the sound that they make when it happens to them to prevent them from biting another dog. Here. Sit. Here. But he's tired. He's so fatigued. He's making mistakes. Good boy. Sit. Go get it. Here. Yes. Out. Out. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Out. Out. Those games too, when it comes to fetch, those are perfect for building recall. Here, go. Getting him to bring back something that he finds exciting is important, and it's important to him. Is perfect for that. Come on, bring it. He's worn out. He's like, I am done. Come on. But I'm gonna show you, even a fatigued German Shepherd can get like really excited after you stimulate his prey drive again. I'm gonna show you in just a second. So he's right here. I want you to get a good look at him. See how tired he is. You can see all the physical traits. His tongue hanging out. Him basically panting heavily. Very tired. Now watch how he will still work even though he is this tired. Leave it. Leave it. Go. Yes. Come on. Yes. 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 Come on. Yes. Good boy. Okay. Out. Wait. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. If there's any questions that you want me to answer, you can go ahead and drop them in the chat below, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. Good boy. Yes. Out. Come on. Yes. 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 Out. Good boy. He's this tired. It's only been 23 minutes of training. I'm thinking tomorrow we'll go down to the park and we'll do some mock vet appointments and see what's going on there and how we prepare our dogs for that. Because I feel like those vet appointments could cost you a lot of money if your dog's moving around and the vet can't do their job. Come on. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Here.